We're going to go on a very brief tour of the Fota Learning Zone this morning, and you'll see when we hit the landing page that there are really three main areas that you can use. You can go on a web quest, access the resources that we've created, or access resources for teachers, which is all the backup material that really tells you what's in each of the web quests and how to use them in the classroom and on site. We'll start by going on a web quest and just showing you what this section is for. Some web quests have multiple pages and some are just really suggestions of how you would run. I've totally lost my train of thought. How you would run a class both beforehand and at Fota. So essential exhibitions just gives you some entry information, whereas you can go to another web quest and you can either do that by going back to the web quest page, going home and then navigating back in again, or using the drop down menu. If we go to this Fota House Land Lax Land War, you can see that there are multiple pages that have tabbed browsing along the top. The first 3 or 4 pages actually are setting you up for the task that we're asking you to do. So this is kind of like an educational journey. We're introducing a theme, we're giving you a task, we're telling you how to create, how to go about doing that task and giving you resources. And then there are a number of themes that you can explore in order to finish your task and learn more about the subject. So these can be used as either you can divide your class into groups in the computer room. They can work through the whole, each group can work through all of the themes, or you can approach it in a different way and you can have different groups using the first few pages and then working on these areas individually. So one group could tackle land acts, one group could tackle the plan of campaign, and one group could tackle quality of life. Or if you had a bigger class, you could do 2 groups of each. And you can organise the activities that they do so that nothing's clashing too badly. When you look here, you'll see that we've got a number of primary documents that relate directly to Fota. So we've got a secondary interactive tool that helps students to just get the feel for the land acts and the progression of them. We've always felt that there are so many of them that it would be nice to have them really graphically represented so that students could use this as a revision tool. When you open a link in the Fota Learning Zone, it always opens in a new tab, so you can close that down. It may open in a new window if you don't have tab browsing. Here's an agreement for the fixing of rent, and this is something that you can open in class, you can print out, you can download. It actually opens quite big. You see, you can save image as, and then you can open it on the desktop and zoom in and read it. So that is an original Land Act, 1881 Land Act document from the Fota estate. And we're going to close down that tab again. And here you've got Hugh Smith Barry in Parliament talking about the Land Act. So here he is, Lord Barrymore. So we're directing students to useful things online as well as the resources that we've created. And you'll see here, if you just pop into resources, that we're sending students to a number of useful places in order to be able to research their subjects and telling them how to use those resources in process. Again, that's something you can explore at a later point. Here's the plan of campaign, and again there were a number of links. So this one takes you to the Clare County Library, where it's discussing how the plan of campaign progressed there, and boycotting in County Cork, and also an article from the New York Times. And the idea is that the students read a little bit about this and then they go off and use things like Google Books to explore the subject further. Here's the quality of life. This relies very heavily on the census returns which we have for Fota, and there's a kind of compare and contrast with Curramore here. And there's the summary, and in the summary we've actually got some documents from YouTube on how to create a poster using PowerPoint, because the task here was to create exhibition posters like you see here to explore the different areas of the land war and how they pertain to Fota. So the other thing we've created is the resources, and these are a number of images that you could use to create a PowerPoint. They all have information next to them that gives you some context for the image, and then you can open the image and right click on it to save it if you want to use it for your own teaching or your own research. We have some secondary resources as well, and these are created just to give the students a little technical in and a way of looking at the site and kind of getting a feel for what Fota House is like before they actually arrive on site. You can let it auto rotate like this, or you can also left click your mouse and you can control the navigation yourself. So there we go, you can have a scoot around the room and have a look at it. So we're going to take you home and conclude the tour there.